Have you ever felt bad about doing something for yourself? Me. On airplanes, and they say, in the case of an emergency and the gas mask falls, first put it on yourself, then put it on your children. I turn to, if I'm traveling with Irish people, I'm like, well, that's not happening. I'll not look after myself first. But they actually put that there for a very good reason, because you won't be able to help the others if you don't look after yourself first. I feel kind of looking after myself is selfishness and isn't the gospel. Now, there's definitely ways that I am well able of, in the name of, oh, no, I need to look after myself, just being selfish and definitely not living the gospel and going to extremities with that. Well, like we'll deify looking after ourselves, your health is your wealth, this turning our health into a god. Well, we don't want to go to that extreme, but we don't want to go to the other extreme either, do we? To get the balance right. Ooh. And I came across a lovely statement there the other day that just helped kind of resolve this question for me. We do self-care. We look after ourselves so that we can better look after others. So the love I express towards myself, towards my body, towards my mental health, whatever it is actually at the service of loving God and others. It doesn't mean we do it like grudgingly. I'm only doing this so you could be useful. No, there's other reasons. There's other reasons to love and care for ourselves, like the fact that God loves us and cares for us. Like, well, I'm supposed to do what Jesus does. So, and he says, love one another as I have loved you. But also, the command prior to that one, which is, I can't remember. My brain went blank. Love your neighbor as yourself. There you go. Now I knew it was in there somewhere. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. But for me, that sounds like you're not going to love your neighbor, because, well, I haven't been great at loving myself. Okay, so how does this work out then? Some people really struggle to shower, for example. Like I don't have time for that, I'm too busy to whatever. Showering, cleaning, washing your teeth, cleaning up your house, cooking well for yourself. They're all just simple acts of self-care. They're like the basics, right? Going to the doctor. Anyone have trouble going to the doctor and looking after yourself the way you would for a loved one? That's notorious. We're notoriously bad at that. All of these acts, basic things to just so that we can live life. When I look after myself, and okay, if I don't wash, I'm going to stink. People will smell it. They'll be uncomfortable. Okay, so I can start to do it even for the sake of other people. But there's something even more. I find when I'm not well looked after, if I haven't got enough sleep, I haven't got enough food, I haven't got enough time to rest, reflect, pray, then I'm not going to be loving. I'm going to have a short fuse. And the more those days get stacked up, the shorter my fuse is going to get. So for me to be loving towards other people, I actually need, first of all, to do some things which are loving towards myself. But we want to make sure we get it in the right way. So when I do say, okay, I'm going to look after myself so that I can be at your disposal, God, and have service to my neighbor. Even the fact that we've received this life from God, we've received our body from God, well, then it's not yours. It's on loan, could we say. It's a gift from God, and we live under him. He's watching, so we want to honor that gift. And don't treat it like rubbish. Don't treat it like you'd treat your enemy's body or life or whatever else. If you're sick, go to the doctor. When you get medicine, take your medicine. It's not humble or loving to do the opposite. And when we do that, it can be just a tremendous blessing, tremendous example for parents who have children. Like when parents, be trying to look after the kids. One of the best ways you look after your kids long-term is to give a good example of healthy, balanced living, which means, well, did I see mom and dad exercise? Did I see them pray? Did I see them go on dates? Did I see them resolve their issues in a peaceful, beautiful way, reasonable way? Did I see them apologizing to each other? And okay, so a lot of that has to do with like the couple and what they do towards each other and with each other. But it's also true of the individual. Did I see my parents caring for the bodies and showering and go to the doctor. Because if I didn't see that, then it's going to be in my head, that's not what you do. So for some of us, we might have these ideas in our head, like, well, that's not what you do, because maybe that's what our parents give us a bad example. So it's kind of hardwired into us. But we can undo that. We can recognize and challenge those lies, those exaggerations or whatever it is, and to realize, oh, wow, is there a way that I'm being unloving towards myself, uncaring towards myself? And is there a way that it might actually be hampering my work of loving my neighbor and loving God? And even if you can't quite find a reason, still should look after yourself. Like I said, you are made in his image and likeness, and to honor him, we look after the gift that he's given us. We don't just treat it like rubbish. So there you go. That's my little thought for the day. I hope that's helpful. I'd be curious to hear your responses, because it is one of those ones that there can be like different angles and different thoughts. Love to hear what you think. If you completely disagree, that could be fun. Throw that one in there and we'll have a wee chat. Anyway, God bless you, lads. Talk to you again. Bye.